There has been a very large-scale protest movement in Hong Kong for the last 3 months, first against an extradition bill that would allow dissidents to be extradited to China to face trial, and which has now become a broader movement against police brutality and state violence that has been enacted by the Hong Kong police force against Hong Kong protesters and citizens. We want to do two things. First, to raise awareness of our own cause, especially now that our government has ostensibly tried to prove to the international community that it is willing to hear citizens' voices by allegedly withdrawing the extradition bill, which is one of our 5 demands. But not only is this currently without teeth, so we don't know whether this is actually going to happen, even though the chief executive has said that it will happen multiple times. It's also affront to all of the demands that we have, which include the withdrawal of the use of the word riot to describe our protests since June, the release of arrested political prisoners or protesters, an independent inquiry into police behavior, and the most important of all, the implementation of genuine democracy and universal suffrage. And our second goal is, of course, to stand in solidarity with all other people in this fair, activists and human rights defenders all across the world fighting against state violence and police brutality.
Our gear consists of the safety helmet everyone could buy from a hardware store, the surgical mask anyone could buy from a pharmacy, and the swimming goggles anyone could buy from department stores. Police brutality has meant that these humble, makeshift protection have become the bare minimum for any protester, frontliner or not. Even peaceful protesters who leave their house expecting no physical contact with the police have chosen to bring these gear every weekend.
Because there is a very widespread fear of surveillance from the state, many protesters have been anonymous, so all of us are anonymous wearing masks because of fear of repercussions for speaking out.
I want to grow up quickly so I can try drinking and many things that I have not done before. I want to have a girlfriend. Tear gas was really painful. It's like your body was on fire. And rubber bullets were also very painful. But I'm not afraid of being shot by police. It's better for me to get in trouble than others.
I have been touched by the palpable sense of solidarity in numerous rallies and marches. One cannot help but feel moved by the protesters who remain orderly and polite to one another. I am also impressed by the wild support for this movement. Among those I have interviewed are students, teachers, businessmen, flight attendants, architects and lawyers, construction workers and drivers. And they are from a broad age range, from young parents holding babies to grandmothers in their 80s who remember why they escaped China decades ago. But they are united by one thing, an overwhelming desire to defend Hong Kong's core value and their existing rights. Tell our story to the world, many have told me over the past 12 weeks. Hong Kong is dying anyway, so we may as well make a last struggle before we die, many have said.
In Egyptian mythology, the Eye of Horus was an ancient symbol of protection and the source of power against evil. I hope my eye can become a beacon of hope that supports Hong Kongers to ward off evil. It is my humble desire that there will be no further injuries or arrests in the movement. I implore the Hong Kong government to respond proactively to the 5 demands of the people, including setting up an independent investigation to salvage its legitimacy in the eyes of its own citizens.
The whole anti-extradition law movement has forced the regime to unveil its true facade, one that is so rotten to its core. This is our stepping stone to a brighter future. We shoulder each other's suffering. We take off the mask of peace, rationality, and justice to review this brutal regime. We build more extensively and stronger international alliance. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair. I will keep fighting shoulder to shoulder with all of you and all Hong Kongers.